What's up, everybody? Big Daddy B coming at you live from the AG. Hey, my last video I was telling you guys I'm gonna start doing some Blu-ray movie reviews on here, and trying to let you guys know what I feel are some of the better Blu-ray high-def movies out there to help make your system bang. And I started thinking about it. Not everybody has high-def TVs. Not everybody has a high-def the Blu-ray players. So I started thinking about it. There may be some people out there that are interested in purchasing a system, and they're not quite sure what they need or what is a better what is the better format on a TV. So I figured I'd do a couple quick videos. I'm gonna do one here on the TVs, and I'll have a couple coming up later after this about the other formats that you would need to do your high def. The TVs, there's basically 5 different ways you can get the high def picture. You have to have basically 4 of them are flat screen TVs. One is what they call DLP TVs. They're going to be the ones you're going to see when you go into the store. They're going to be sitting on a table on an entertainment center. I've never seen any of them hanging. I don't think you can hang them, but basically they have a real big screen on them, and there's a light inside of them that sends the light onto a little processor, which then reflects the light through a color wheel and projects it. It's like a projection screen TV. It is a projection screen TV anyhow, but it projects this picture up onto the screen. You're going to find that they're huge TVs for the most part. I mean, they'll start at like 42 and go up to like 85. There may even be one that's 100. I'm not sure exactly on the sizes of them, but they're very big. And you'll find it when you go into like Best Buy or something. You'll see these are the ones that they have in the higher end areas, but their prices are fairly reasonable. A lot of times you'll see them where they're selling them for like $9.99 or $8.99. They're a pretty good TV. The Mitsubishi's the best and has a very good picture, and they're really good if you're going to put it in I would say like a basement, someplace dark where you can watch the TV and you're not getting a lot of light on it, because it'll wash out the colors on the TV. They're not very good color wise on the TVs. I had one and I made a mistake by buying it, and I ended up paying for it and ended up going and buying another one. But like I said, if you have a basement, it's dark there's not a lot of light in the room, it's a good TV. You'll get a good picture. But if there's any light, it kind of washes it out, and it's not very good to look at on angles. Straight on, you're fine, but if you get too far to the left and the right, it's not a very good TV to have. The next TV up, which price-wise is going to be one of the cheaper ones, is I've got a Panasonic, but they're plasma TVs. These are awesome TVs. You'll find that the prices on them are fairly reasonable. When the plasma first came out, they had a lot of issues with life of the TV, the longevity of the TV. They only lasted, was like 5 or 6 years. And when you're putting down the kind of money that people were putting down when they first came out, it was like, nah, I'm not doing that. They also used to have issues with burn-in, where images would burn in if they sat on the TV too long still. Those issues have been corrected in the last couple years. I mean, they're some of the best looking TVs you can find. They do have a pretty shiny glass on the front of it, and they're another TV that you have to watch how much light you have around in the room, because you'll get reflection of the light off of the TV. But again, if it's not a lot of light around in the room, it's the best TV. Gaming wise, it's the best TV. Very fast, processes things very fast, and movements on the screen are all, you don't get any kind of blur or anything. And the picture, the color spectrum for plasma TVs is the best. The next TV up, which is what I have, my main TV is an LCD TV. And they're pretty nice TVs. They're like mid-range in the prices. they're not quite where the plasmas are, but they're not way up there where the LED TVs are. You can get them for a reasonable price. Great picture. They come with a lot of connections for different hooking it up to different products, like surround system and multiple HDMI hookups on them, and they just to me, they have a great picture. The color's nice. You don't have as much problem with the lights reflecting off of them like you do on the plasma TVs. And the next one up is the LED backlit. You'll see it'll say LED backlit. They're basically like an LCD, except they're backlit with LED lights, which last a long time. Very efficient. They'll look brighter in the store. Everything will look more vibrant with the LED lights because they're smaller lights, but they're very bright. And these TVs are very thin. They're the ones you'll look at, and they'll be very thin on the sides. They are probably going for the higher prices out of all the TVs right now, and they have 3D ones and all this stuff if you're into that. But I'm just gonna talk about the basics, and then there's one more format, which is the projectors that project from the ceiling, that you mount them in the ceiling and they project, and they're basically like the DLP, except it's shooting forward from the ceiling, and you need a screen or a painted wall that will act as a screen. Now they're great if you have a big room that you can turn into like a theater. I mean, that would be probably the best to go, but then you have to get all your feeds up to it, so then you're talking about cutting into walls and running wires up through walls. So I mean, that's just not my cup of tea there. And they also have bulbs in them that go out. I'm not sure the length of the life on the bulbs for those, but I'm sure they go out pretty quick. But anyhow, there are the different TVs that formats you can go with. I found that in the plasma the DLP TVs, if you're going to choose one of them, I would choose a Mitsubishi. They seem to be the best that I've seen out anywhere there. That normal people can afford. Then the plasma TVs, budget man's budget. Panasonic makes a fantastic plasma TV. Samsung has a nice set of plasma TV. You can go higher end and go up to Pioneer. You're getting into big money there. But plasma TV is very good for gamers. That I can say to you, if you're going to play games, man, that's the best TV. The LCD TVs, pretty much Hitachi, but I found that Samsung and Sony are two of the best that I've seen in the stores, and now they have these Sharp TVs. They're really nice looking, but I believe they're the LED TVs. And then the LED TVs, you have LG makes a nice LED TV, and Samsung and Sharp again are some of the better ones. But hopefully this the information I've given you set you on the right path of what you want to do, give you something to think about, and that's the first piece you need to get. Without that, you're not getting high def anything. So Big Daddy B, if you guys have any questions, if there's anything that you want to ask me, PM me, leave a comment in the bottom of the video, or video response, and I'll respond back to you. And if I can answer any questions for you, I'll be glad to do that. Big Daddy B, I'm out of here. BAM!